Africa. Samina, mina, waka, waka,
Okay, good evening, everyone. And
good evening.
Yeah, welcome to the African Town Hall. You're all welcome. Hi. Before we start, can we have some quick introduction? Can we introduce ourselves, your name and where you are talking from? So let me start. I'm Daniel and I'm talking from Ghana.
All right, this is Ubio. I'm calling in from India.
Hi, Izet Begum here. I'm sitting in Paris, France.
Hello, this is Bernard.
Hi everyone, I'm Nathaniel. I'm from Ghana.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. This is Bernard Swanda from South Africa. Sorry, this side we could not share the start, but I can hear and see everything today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Angela from Ghana.
I'm calling from East Africa.
Okay. Do you have anyone else that wants to introduce it?
Hello, this is Manfo over here from Cameroon.
Okay, Monfo, you're welcome.
Quincy, Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
Shira,
Hello, this
US.
is Zuba from Cameroon.
Great. Okay, so once again, welcome to the African Town Hall. This is a bi-weekly meeting that we will be having. We discuss about the progress of Africa, how we can introduce Africa to Cardano blockchain, and how we can bring adoption and how we can do innovative things on the Cardano blockchain technology. So my name is Daniel, like I said, and I'll be presenting with Elias and Baba Elliot. Elias is our Arabic community manager, and Baba Elliot is the Swahili manager for us. So welcome to this experiment once again. And when I finish, Baba Elliot will translate it to Swahili. Unfortunately, Elias can't join today's meeting to do the Arabic. So if you have any Arabic speaker here, please pardon us today. Try and understand the English or the, the Swahili. Okay, so during this meeting, we may have some little challenges. We might have some internet issues, things might break, and we might also lack some kind of documentations, but all the way we try as much as possible to let this meeting be fruitful and welcoming as usual. So I'll start by giving the update of the catalyst. We just handed the proposal assessment and we are waiting for the veteran committee, the proposal assessors to do the assessment. It was supposed to start yesterday, but I heard that it started today. So the after the veteran proposal assessors, then we'll start voting. So the assessment will end August 1st. That is if everything goes on well. They are supposed to start yesterday, but they started today. So maybe the ending date might change a little bit. So sometimes we need to understand what is going on in the community. Why do we do the assessments? Why do we, so to add a layer of quality assessment to the review process. So the community, the veteran proposal assessors, they make sure that whatever that the proposal assessors have given us, whatever assessment that they have given is fair and is suitable, so that nobody will feel that they are being biased on or they are being criticized in a way that they are not supposed to be criticized. And then to also filter out bias or substandard assessment, like I said earlier on, and then to highlight and reward high quality assessment. So the veteran community, the veteran proposal assessors also do some great work for us. They are able to check. I heard that there are lots of bots that did assessment instead of human beings. They assign bots to do the work and do it. Some of them give wrong assessment, some of them give wrong stats and ranking and other stuff. So our veteran proposal assessors will do a great work, and then they will filter all these things out so that everybody will have a fair, their proposal will be treated in a fair way. So the voting will start very soon after the veteran proposal assessors. So if you voted in Fund 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, you don't have to register again. Your registration is there already, and if you have the mobile app, you are good to go. But if this is the first time of voting on a project, then you have to register. You have to register, and at least you must have 500 ADA in your wallet at the time of the snapshot. Then you have to complete your registration before 4th of August. So if you are new here and you want to register, you have to do that before the 4th of August, and then the registration fee is 0.17 ADA. So in the registration, you'll be asked, you'll be given a PIN code. You have to keep this PIN code in a safe place, because without this PIN code, you will not be able to vote. So after the registration, you have to keep your PIN code. So if you want more details about what I've said, you can find it on this link. We'll be sharing the link in the chat very soon. And then if you want to learn about the completed projects so far, you can also get them through this link. And then don't forget, if you want a proposal, don't forget that you are supposed to send monthly reports before 24th of every month. So make sure that you do that, and the link is also here. We'll share that one too on the chat. Sorry, I think I click on the link. I mistakenly click on the link. Okay. So I'm sharing the screen again, sorry. Okay, so that's it. We'll be sharing the link with you very soon. So back to the main reason why we are here today. We shared a link with the community that anybody who wants to present their awesome ideas today, their proposals, they should fill their link, and we'll get back to them. And we got 7 people who showed interest. So we'll give them the chance to present their idea. Each presenter will have 5 minutes to do the presentation, and then 5 minutes for question and answer. And we are going to do this according to the list. So Izzat will start first, then Obo will follow, then Felician Mafo will also continue, and then Nathaniel Dramina will continue after Manfo, then Nintran will also continue, then Bandu will also do after Tran, then Tashoma will also continue. That is if they are here. If you are presenting today and I've not make you an host, please let me know so that I'll make you a co-host so that you can share your screen with us. So come to stop my screen so that Izzat, you share your screen with us, and then you share your idea with us. You have 5 minutes to share your idea, then 5 minutes for question and answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So my name is Izzat Begum Rajan. We'll start by saying that I'm African diaspora. I was born and raised in Paris, unfortunately, because my parents from Kenya and Madagascar didn't want to go back after they finished their studies. But that life of exile and grief for my parents became a life of opportunity. And so today I'm in the Africa Town Hall, first of all, because I am with African Fellows. I have also lived in Africa, and I would like to present Low Tax for Blockchain. It has a particular weight because of my experience on the African ground. I have been focusing on the continent for 25 years in my career as an international tax lawyer. So I'm presenting today Law Tax for Blockchain.io. The problem is that for the community in the Cardano community, I have come to realize, helping many companies, that there's a lack of, I would say, strategic, legal, tax, financial awareness that those issues matter above and beyond the product and the technology that the startups are putting together. For that reason, I have decided to set up my strategic advisory firm first, Imani Partners, and under that, as an add-on, the app that would be an automated conversation for the founders to start putting that seed about anything else that is non-tech related, but that matters for the venture as a founder. For us, it would be a way to collect data points, but also a kind of gateway to the community of advisors that we are building with my partner, Andrew Forson. And we have set up a website that is a placeholder for now. It has a link to a YouTube channel where we're going to post videos regularly and sparing advice on for the community. I was talking about Andrew, so he's in fintech and development. He has been already advising a number of companies in the ecosystem, and so have I. And the two of us, we believe that we can put this together at the service of the community. If anybody has questions, I'll be happy to take them.
Oh, that's very brief. Please, if there's any question, we can ask.
Would you kindly share the link to the proposal probably in the chat? It will be really helpful so that we can follow.
Yes, of course.
If possible.
Sure.
So is that I have a little bit of a question here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay, yeah. So most blockchain startups, especially the small ones, do not understand that there are legal needs at all. Talk less of issues of tax and all that. We don't even know about all of these. Does your solution have a way of sensitizing people who don't have any knowledge about this at all? Like, because it's one thing to know that it's one thing to have a solution. It's one thing for me to think that I need the solution. So your solution is something that we all need, especially people that are building on blockchain and in Cardano, for example. But are there moves to sensitize a lot of us? Because we don't, most times we just build the solutions and just start going. We don't have any knowledge about. So is there planning the proposal for sensitization? Is it part of the plan?
So part of the plan is sensitization, education, and then sparing advice, providing the advice as well, with the right advisor according to the need of the startup, whether it's strategic, legal, tax, financial, in the right location, as a team if need be, or individually if the need can be covered by one advisor.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Another question, like this advice, sorry, I'm trying to really put myself in the shoes, so that's why I'm really asking the question. This advice, are they location based? Are they going to be different from location to location? Because, and again, how does your team capture that holistic framework such that the ability to be able to understand the differences that exist in each of these demographics to be able to advise suit? So all of that is what I'm thinking.
So the team that I'm building is a team of people who have been basically dealing with a lot of jurisdictions, so that they have that holistic approach and are able to draw patterns and are able to provide advice the same way that I have been doing for 25 years in the international context. Now, when it comes to law and tax, there is an element that is domestic, of course, because the laws applicable in Ghana are not the same that the ones that are applicable in Kenya. So for that reason, for those who don't have the advisors that will be put in front of the startup, will be the right advisor as per the location of the company to be able to be part of that team. My specialty is international tax structuring for investment inbound, outbound, from and to Africa, but from basically global north going into Africa and back, if need be back, because now more and more there are obligations for reinvestment in many countries when you set up a company. There are also a lot of incentives for investment and development of, you know, local workforce, local development, local projects, etc. So the idea is to team up with the right local advisor, but still keep in mind the big picture without losing the robustness of the local advice. Can't hear you, Obu.
Obu, if you are talking, you are muted. Can you please unmute yourself?
No, I said, yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, so would you like to share your proposal link with us?
I did that in the chat.
Okay, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so if there's no more question, can we go to the next presenter, Ubu?
Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for sharing your idea with us.
All right, so hi, I'm Ubu, and so yeah, and working with me, I have a team of persons that have expertise in. So yeah, I'm an AI expert. Then working with me, I have full stack developers. I have people that have experience in marketing, talent, and recruiting, and I also have blockchain developers as well. So we have a full grounded team. So what's the problem statement that we're trying to solve? So according to the SDG goals, good jobs and decent jobs are one of the SDG goals that has been set. While 2030 has been declared where we need to achieve this goal, with respect to decent jobs and economic abundance, like very few, in fact, no African country is actually moving in the right direction to actually fulfill this particular opportunity, this particular goal. While this problem exists, the young people, the teeming young population in Africa keeps increasing. And because there are no economic abundance, no jobs, decent jobs, and all of these, there grows a dissatisfaction that exists between the young people and the state of Africa as a whole. So we are seeing a lot of immigration issues. People are leaving Africa in bulk and all of that because going out there to seek for opportunities. So we thought within ourselves, how do we change the growing youth population in Africa to make it a raw material that the world comes to feed from? So that's what RemoStat, the job shadowing platform, is all about. So our idea is very simple. It's actually a job shadowing platform for Africans. And the concept is simply this, right? So yeah, a little bit of introduction about me. I have a startup, remostat.com, and what we do at RemoStat basically is that we help minority talents to be able to work with startups all over the world. So in trying to solve this problem, one of the things that we realize is the fact that in Africa, especially where most of our talents come from, most of these talents do not have experience. They do not have job experience, so they have certificates, but they don't have experience. Some of them don't have experience at all, but they want to get the job. They're applying for jobs and all that. So we felt that we need to do something to bridge this gap. So because in the international market, nobody really cares about your certification as much as your experience. So that's why if you school abroad, you realize that they pay much attention to having job experience right from when you're in first year, but that's not what happens in Africa. So what we're trying to do is we want to bridge that gap. We want to change the teeming population in Africa. We want to change it into a raw material. And how are we doing this? We call it the job shadowing platform. So what the job shadowing platform simply does is that it's a platform where Africans come in and then we get to pay them to work with startups globally. So they gain the initial experience that is needed to put in their CV. And not just that, by gaining that experience, some of them will definitely get retained because Africans are definitely passionate. But in the situation that they don't get retained, what happens is that they've now gotten that useful experience that they are now going to use to get the next job. And while they are doing that, for that period that they are going to be working, we've had some memorandum of understanding with some of these startups. They're going to be paying them some amount of stipend, and that stipend will be paid through other. So this is us growing the community and still solving the African problem of no decency and no job, no decent job. So that's what we do that's what the proposal Remote South Africa is all about. And we hope you give us the support. Let's bring this idea to life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very brilliant proposal. Please, do you have any question for Obu? Obu, please, can you share your proposal link with us?
Yeah, I've done that. I think it's on the,
Okay.
I just put it out there now.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any question for him, please? Is there any question? Okay, I think there's no question. You made yourself clear and we understood. So thank you and all the best in your proposal. So the next presenter
Sorry,
we have.
I just have one question.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I was looking for my mute button. So sorry, just to reiterate, this is a platform that startup companies would, I guess, sign up for to be able to get workers that they then use on their, I guess I'm trying to understand the employer perspective of this. So these students, or I guess they're students, right? Or
Yeah,
I guess
they are not only students, like they are people that want a job. Anybody.
So these employed people seeking employment go to this platform, and this platform is connected with startups.
Yeah.
So from like a business development perspective, if the people behind the scenes or the project managers that are running the platform are having to go specifically to startups to say, hey, why don't you recruit from our platform? Does that sound right?
Yeah. So
okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so what we do is already we have some startups already on a platform, but what we do is we sell the moral justification to them why they need to help these talents, because they're not going to get anywhere and they are very passionate. So we sell the moral justification of why it's their responsibility and why. So it's mostly startups that believe in the same principle with us that are mostly on our platform. It's not every startup, of course.
For sure, I get it now. It's like when people have recruitment problems too, like let's say they want to recruit more women, they say like, we don't know where to find more women. And you're like, or we don't know how to find these people. You're like, yeah, you do. Here's the platform. Got you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry,
Sure.
I can also put the platform out there so that anybody that wants to check it out can also help us.
Okay, that's fine. You can do that. Okay, so Felician Fatio Manfo, he is our next presenter. Please,
Hi, everyone.
To share your screen. Hi, Manfo.
Yeah, so just give me 1 second here. I will share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Oops. Okay. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Manfo from DITC, a WADA Cameroon hub. And tonight I will be presenting with Memos, a friend and partner from the Pan-African Ufulu Library. So we'll talk about two connected projects that we have in Fund 9. That's NF Books and NF Art. And, you know, I will jump right in with the problem we're trying to solve with NF Book. We all know that access to books in Africa is limited. by several factors, and this negatively affects all the parties involved. I'm thinking about authors, readers, and etc. So this goes from the cost of printing to the actual limited access to physical books. You would see a library with a few books, but there's no way to really extend those books and make it accessible to a wide range of readers. Other problems are the lack of an incentive to or any strategy in place to encourage people to read books outside of school, text books. All of these, concur concur to the lack of a reading culture. So NF Book is trying to address that problem. NF Art, on the other end, is really trying to leverage the opportunities offered by NFTs to solve three deep issues that the continent faces. And here we can think about like a cultural and historical aspect, where on the first hand, we have, local artists that create incredible artwork that unfortunately is not exposed to a wide community because it's only local. And the second aspect of the cultural and historical point is that NFT platforms that are popping up out there actually reference sometime like looted or stolen artwork from the past, but they don't have any strategy to, either support the activists that are fighting to get back those artwork to their rightful owners, or to actually, return them back home. On the gaming aspect, we have multinationals like Sony, that are out there with games, and NFT artifacts are being used within those games. But unfortunately, when it comes down to the local context in Africa, we see artifacts that do not fit the mental model of local players. I'm thinking here about like a string shot or a machete, which is something that will make sense in the mind of a local player, but those just don't appear. So NF Art is trying to address that, by creating an NF Art and NF Craft marketplace. So I will pass it to Memos to present the next slide.
Okay, thank you. I'm Memos. I'm also talking from Cameroon. The next slide is about a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift because unfortunately there's been a great deal of I would say change in the culture as we perceive it today. So Africa has to regain its originality, what we have, our way of thinking. And for that, even if we are offering books, we need to be offering specific type of books that could be helping in forging this paradigm shift so that we can resume viewing the world as we used to do, because it's the way we used to do, is our way of viewing the world that defines who we truly are and how we interact with that world, and what we offer as something fundamentally original to the rest of the world. Next. So to do that, we had a vision at the Pan-African Library of Fulu, was to create a library that has only where most of the books are African-centered books, where the knowledge that is being exposed is about history, culture, economics, but all of these books from an African perspective, using African values and African thoughts to formulate these new visions. So our vision was to have this place where people can come and feed on original knowledge from home. Next. Then when we realized that the population that we needed to target was kids. So we started having interacting with professors, high school professors, and having them bring their students over so that they could read, and maybe after the reading, some of the students or one professor could present reading notes on what they harnessed from the reading, from reading the books that was presenting. The image that you see is one of these events, presenting one book from Ngugi wa Thiong'o, a writer from Kenya, called Decolonizing the Minds. Next. So we also came up with a new approach that was to organize something fun, not only having this, having something fun to offer people, the readers that will come to the library. So we started organizing these conferences that were a little bit, that were joined together, merged with a show, a painting show, where we have a painter that will come and paint something according to the thematics or to the theme of the conference, to the topic of the conference. And we have a musician that will be singing and presenting some artwork from coming from that same topic, and the topic will be taken from a book, from a particular book. Next. So we created this new concept that we call read to art, where we read a book, and out of that book we create art. We create multiple forms of art: poetry, music, painting, and whatsoever, sculptures, and anything that can go in that category. So as a founding principles, we have learning through fun. Art is functional passion. So we have there needs to be functional. It needs to be functional, but it needs to be passionate to be able to drive people, and it has to have a way of transmission of knowledge, where knowledge can pass through. Next. So we, in the African context.
Hello, Joseph.
Yes.
Yes. I think you have used all your minutes and more.
Okay, sorry.
Can we present and not take questions, maybe? And then we'll provide the links, for the community to.
Okay, Shira, have a question.
I would just say maybe you guys can do a video like with your full presentation, because I find it so fascinating. So yeah, I don't know if there's some way you could do it and pass it on to the community. I'd love to watch it personally.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think that's great.
Yes, that's great. Yeah, great. This is an interesting project. That's the main reason why I didn't stop on the 5th minute. I waited till the 10th, and it keep going and going and going.
So there's a lot to say about the project. So
yes, you can hold on when we finish the presentation and we have more time. We can let you continue from where you stopped. Is that fine with you?
It's fine by me.
Okay, that's fine. So do we have any question for them before we call the next presenter? Okay, no questions. So I think the house will be waiting for you to come again to finish. Natania, Jamina, please, are you ready? Okay. Please, if you're ready, you can share your screen with us.
Yeah, I'm ready. Give me a minute to share my screen.
Okay, that's fine.
Can you also see my screen?
No, please.
Okay, I think. If I'm going to have difficulty sharing the screen, I may as well proceed to present without.
Would you like to share the link with me so I share from my end?
Okay, it's not in a link form.
Oh, okay. Then go ahead, please.
Okay, so my presentation is focused on the Ubuntu Business Registry and Accounting Lab. So we are a team of developers, marketers, and researchers, and also people with non-profit management experience. Can I be heard?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Okay, so what we are looking to solve Okay, so what we are looking to solve is how we give identity to the informal sector in Africa. The real engine of growth in Africa. And these are private informal sector where we have them every day in various marketplaces. You know, Africa is run by big cities, and all the popular cities in Africa are markets-oriented cities. And so that is the real engine for growth. However, some way, somehow, because that sector lacks identity, less documentation, they don't have the kind of resources to hire professionals and what have you to do proper accounting. So they sort of mostly excluded from the former corporate market structures. And so this is what the DAB is seeking to do. The DAB is seeking to create a triple entry accounting system on the Cardano blockchain to provide identity and also financial inclusion for businesses in the informal sector. And so first off, we'll create a registry and categorize some of these businesses into various sectors and give them accounting to based on what they want to record, or the type of business and the kind of double entries that will be suitable for them. And because not all the formalities that is in the corporate world can apply, but at least they should be able to have a simple balance sheet that they will be able to determine their profits from their losses. Now, if you look at the World Bank has estimated that the sub-Saharan Africa employs, the formal sector employs about 80% of people in this sub-region. Even in my country, Ghana alone, it employs the private informal employs almost about 90% of the entire workforce, yet they are really ignored. Now, what would the registry look at? The registry will identify the informal business owners. Number two, it will give classifications to this business depending on the various activities that they undertake in the business world. And then it also identify the workforce by particular informal businesses. So the number of people that they employ tells progress. It's one of the indicators you can use to measure some of these informal businesses, that if they are doing well, they are going to employ more people, and you can use that as an indicator to measure them. Then the triple entry accounting system works in this way. It's an hybrid of cost accounting and then financial accounting system, but it is filled with components that are not static, but rather the components are given based on the kind of businesses being registered. Then the blockchain comes in because it's going to be a public ledger where, unlike the traditional accounting system where if company A and company B are recording their transactions, the transaction between company A and B, they can't even see how it's being recorded at the other side. But with this one, everybody will know what is being recorded. Now, what will this DAB do? The DAB will give them kind of credit rating so that it can give them a leverage to tell their books, so that other product that the Ubuntu Origin organization is having, like the Ubuntu Credit DAB, we can, based on their information in the registry, to give them loans to support their business and whatnot. So we have different products as an organization, but this is one aspect of it, and this is the business registry that looks at giving them identity and also helping them with their accounting too, so that they can do bookkeeping without, if they don't have resources to even involve professionals, they can do the entries themselves, and then it will be Loctite, and then we can use to rate them and their performance as business, so that they themselves can leverage on it to solicit other loans, even if not from Ubuntu, but even from other financial institutions. I think it will help develop the business informal sector, and it will drive the engine of growth for Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you very much for sharing your idea with us. Please, do you have any question for Nathaniel? Any contribution? Anything you want to add to what he has said? Any question, clarification? You can go ahead, please. Okay, Shira.
So is this just so I'm understanding it, it's like a credential program for businesses, like a certification program for businesses?
Come again on it.
Oh, sorry. I said, is this like a certification program for businesses?
It's kind of certify them because first of all, they don't have identity and they are scattered. And I think in Ghana, for instance, the government even refers to that economy as shadow economy in the 2022 budget statement. And so this will kind of help give certification and also identity as well. That's great. I have submitted in the chat the website link and also the link to the proposal itself, so you can also look at it from there. So if there's any other question, it's welcome.
I'm going to add a link that you might find helpful to something that's really big here in the US, just because it might help guide your work in a sense. I don't know. It might be helpful.
Okay, so share that and let me get it. Okay. Thank you so much. And we all say Ubuntu. I am because we are, that is the African Ubuntu. And we are trying to make sure that the traditional African economy gets its place. And then the blockchain is going to be leveraged on as an equalizer, kind of, to help the real informal sector.
Yeah, I think I kind of have a little bit of a question there. Okay, yeah, so
okay, welcome.
Yeah, maybe question or contribution, I don't know which to be, but my question is like, so your goal is very ambitious. How are you going to be able to break down to the minuscule, like the roadside guy who does nothing about, who doesn't know how to use the phone, because this is the real local economy we're talking about. One, so the first thing is, are we starting it up in Ghana first? Where are we starting it out first? So that's the first question. And then second is, how are we going to be able to reach the person who does not even like, so there are two persons in the informal market here. We have the guy who actually is in the informal market, but at least he has some knowledge. I'm talking about the second class of persons who have no knowledge, like they don't even know anything about the phone, they don't even know anything about internet. They are very local, and sometimes they don't even know how to speak the formal languages that are being used in their country. How do we drive this to be able to reach that real person, and not just the first class of the informal class, which is the guy, at least he has phone, but he's in the informal market, so he can get to use a D app and all that. How do we combine a D app such that we are able to reach that guy who does not know anything about apps?
Okay, thank you very much. I think this is very significant. If you look at our main proposal, that has been looked at as a risk and it has been addressed. But let me share some here. Two things. We have categorized it in two ways. The first class is those who are in the first class type of informal sector, where they have the knowledge and they can use the DAB. So we are in a generation, I think if you pick it from 1993, everybody there is in the digital age, and it's almost about, I think next year is almost about 30 from 1993. And so the future look bright for the project. So that's one bit. Now, if you are going backwards, we have those who cannot access some of these things because of the level of education and whatnot. Now, what we are doing is that we also equally have a growing number of students who engage in accounting, a growing number of unemployed graduates in Africa. And so they are also going to be engaged as agents to help facilitate the registration of these people who cannot use the app. And so it will form like an agent, like we have in Kenya, they have PESA. If you have an M-Pesa agent that facilitates. And so we can pick that same thing. In Ghana, we have the mobile money, which we call Momo. We have the agent that facilitates and even help those who are not educated to be able to receive money and then process it. So the same approach. So we are going to engage this unemployed graduates. Some are even having accounting background to facilitate. They can do this as a small fee, maybe $10, whatnot. But if the businesses find value in this, they will see the need to pay. If what they are doing there helps their business to leverage and build financial inclusion and gets inflows into their business in the form of credit facility, they are going to see the need to engage some of these agents to facilitate. In other ways, it's also help reduce the unemployment rate as well in Africa. And the second question has to do where we are starting from. We are starting from Ghana, and we hope to spread using this model across Africa. And we also hope that the informal sector is not limited to Africa alone. We have people in the developing world that also have markets for these businesses. And so if the app can function and help serve them, these are futuristic things that we seek. I think we will look into it and then help us all. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much,
I have
Nathaniel.
a question here.
Okay.
Can I?
Okay, please go ahead.
Some specialists think that the reason why the African economy is still a little bit resilient is because somehow we managed to keep all of the formal economy, the informal economy, informal, and have it not crossed the barrier to the other side where people can have actual data on what is happening and know how to find strategies to get in then and then fragilize or make it weak or break the resilience that people have developed around all these informal economies. So how do we make sure that this proposal doesn't come and affect exactly that part, that idea, and make the entire informal market vulnerable to all the influences and all the penetration of all foreign forces on the continent? Because this is a big issue in terms of economy and how to make sure that you take it somehow out of a place of confusion, but making sure that you keep the same resilience of the informal market.
Okay, Joseph, that's great. First thing, the name of the organization is Ubuntu Origins, and what we seek to do is to look at traditional African economy and see how best we can help them using the blockchain. And so the first that we are studying the African traditional economy, and we've seen some of these programs being enrolled even by the centralized government, and what they focus on is to register get some of these businesses registered, and once they are registered, then it ends there. But we are going a step further. We are not so much focused in registration of just businesses. We are looking at solving their pertinent needs and then giving them financial inclusion and using their own practices, codifying them and putting them on the blockchain. So I'll set an example with one of the products that we call the Ubuntu Business Credit App. So that one is you seeking to use the African cooperative system, like the way they mobilize and draw pool from their own money. They are able to mobilize. Here we call it week in, week out. They will contribute to a certain pool, and at the end of the week, they give it to one particular person. That is how these businesses have been able to maintain themselves and even compete in the face of foreign businesses. And so we believe that what they are comfortable in, we give them the same models and then help and make sure that they are growing on their own turf rather than imposing rules on them. So I think what you are saying is really welcome, and that's why we have also focused on that, looking at them and see whether what their products suit their needs and not what we want. And that is one of the major problems that has affected some of these big time rollout government program that sometimes doesn't really achieve the outcome because they come with their own intended goals without understanding the informal market. Thank you.
Okay, Nathaniel, thank you very much for sharing your project with us, and all the best in your proposal. Our next presenter is Nin Tran. Nin, please, if you're ready, kindly unmute yourself and share your screen. If you can. Okay, I just made the co-host. It's not brilliant.
Hey guys, my turn.
Yes, please.
Awesome. Hey, apologies for earlier. We were on the IOHK funded proposal demo. So let me tell you guys about our first proposal. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our proposals, which is essentially sending the community to conferences and also sponsoring conferences. My name is Nin. I'm the CEO of Snapbrillia. And the whole inspiration came from consensus, which happened a little bit over a month and a half ago, There's almost 1,800 attendees, and a lot of sponsors, a lot of people, a lot of speakers, so many events, as well as sessions. There's over 400 sessions, almost 400 sessions, over 800 speakers, a lot of hackathons. So it was an event for both non-developers and developers, and a ton of people. When you go to the main page of the conference, you would take at least half an hour to scroll through the whole agenda. I didn't expect to sleep for 8 hours, but I didn't expect to sleep for 8 minutes every single day, because it was jam-packed with events and things to do. Cardano showed up in a huge way. We had 1,800 people sign up for the community event, and we were able to meet some of the amazing people at IOHK, and for the first time, meet our team. So, here's Tony Rose with Joel. Tony's the head of Untitled Prism, and Joel is the chief legal officer at IOHK. And of course, all of these events featured a lot of, performers. Here's Ice Cube. He's super famous, just like Snoop Dogg, and you can see it impacted other communities of 9,400 people who got really impressed by Cardano. Charles himself said the power of consensus was to engage with developers, and all of them really problem solving, passionate, pushing hard, just getting things done. For us, it was really an opportunity to get in front of people that we would have never met before, including Charles, including Ice Cube, including the person in the very middle. If you don't know who that is, that's Frodo from Lord of the Rings, Elijah Woods. Everybody who we met, either is community member, developer, in and out of Cardano, investor, and the community showed up in a huge way. And not just us, we were able to send a community to this conference, but particularly, and we heard Charles speak, we heard a bunch of people speak. It was very busy. I was able to get speakers from other conferences to also attend and learn more about Cardano and what we're doing and building. There's a lot of people that came back and actually posted on our proposal what they learned. They were able to have a life-changing experience, and before that they didn't really believe in Cardano, but now they're super 100% solid that they changed their mind and their heart. We were able to, to build and grow and learn together with the community through giving and just giving people free tickets and countless virtual tickets for those who couldn't attend, as well as be able to present live at the event to thousands of people. And that's something that we couldn't do. And we also sent other projects alongside with us that had the same experience. Somehow we made it on the shirt of Uncle Charles, right? And he will be needing a bigger shirt. And I'm excited for that to happen. We had a lot of fun, met a lot of people. We actually were able to also win a hackathon, Austin, Texas DAO hackathon, where we got paid and one bunch of recognition as a Cardano team and decentralized app that we're building. IOHK had a lot of impact. Charles there talked about Africa as well. And for him, it was the collective effort of the masses that mattered. That's who we are. Cardano didn't get there, nor did Ethereum or Bitcoin, by one person's work. It got there because a large group of people decided it's fundamentally a good idea to choose freedom and liberty. That's us, all of us, collectively. And some people even jokingly said that Cardano was, the consensus was a Cardano event. MetaMask complained that Cardano was too loud because there's just too many people there, right, learning. World Mobile showed up, and a lot of African focused projects showed up as well. And yeah, please consider voting for our Fund 9. We have a couple proposals, but for this one specifically, we're looking for international partners. We're also partnering with WADA and others to host and boost their CatalystCon. I think the first Cardano-based one of the first Cardano-based conferences in Africa, and we will actually be hosting the developer hackathon as part of CatalystCon. So I'd love to open us up for questions, and thank you so much for your help and support.
Thank you very much for sharing this idea with us. It's a very good project. I can't wait to attend one of
The whole idea was that, you know, there's a lot of projects that get funded, but they don't have a lot of impact, and we need to be able to get people together in person, right, and send the community to places to meet people, talk to people directly. Those that would actually, you know, would sign up, become users, could partner and help projects grow and achieve real impact.
Great. Do you have any question for him?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay, please go ahead.
When is the next section coming to Ghana?
So Nathaniel, you know, if there's like a awesome conference that the community wants to sponsor, right, or go to or attend, we are looking for. We're chatting with Rada to become our Africa partner, because the 100% of this budget is going towards sponsoring conferences or going or buying tickets, like deep discounted tickets for everybody there. I talked to Genti. He's got, I don't think that he's in Ghana, maybe, but he's got some resources over there as well, like an uncle that owns a hotel, right? So yeah, let's make something happen. However, okay, the partners have to uphold a high bar, right? They do not get paid from this budget. Snapbilla is not getting paid from this budget. We paid to sponsor conferences, and whatever company or project goes to these conferences as well, they're uphold to the bar that whatever money that they borrow, they also will give back once they can, once they get the revenue, right, by going to conferences and selling directly to decision makers, so that we can buy more budgets, buy more tickets, and send more people to conferences. So the partner that we're looking for has to have resources on their own, to have a team to be able to you know, facilitate successful attendance of people that we send to those conferences. So Nathaniel, you know, to answer your question, I don't know. We are looking for a partner right now.
Okay, oh, that's fine. Okay, can we take this question from Manfo?
Thank you. I think that was a great presentation. So us over here in Cameroon, you know, DITC as a WADA hub is trying to really take a project-based learning approach. So we've launched our training program in Haskell, which is a way for us to make sure that we have the foundation to then build all these projects that got funded. So I know you mentioned hackathon. We've run 2 so far. You know, they're growing, and I wonder how specifically we can, you know, collaborate.
Yeah, I believe we do have a call in about 2 weeks. Let me see who's on that call. Manfo, you're on that call. Megan and Nikala, right? I haven't met them, but check out August 2nd. I'll be giving you a demo of our mentor-mentee hackathon platform, where anyone can join virtually and can start coding immediately in Haskell Plutus without all the setup, right, and collaborate and have the hackathon hosted on our platform. It's streamlined, and on Thursday we'll actually onboard WADA. I do think you guys have a hackathon in September, right? This would be like a pilot trial for our big hackathon for CatalystCon in December. I hope that answers your question. I'm looking forward to partnering with you guys.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Shira, we saw your hand. Do you still want to ask?
I know, I was going to write it, and then I accidentally wrote it to somebody else directly. Anyway, so I'll just say it. Is it possible, this has nothing to do with your proposal, but it does. Is it possible for Stamprilla to host some kind of webinar or something on how to effectively network virtually, like via virtual conferences, especially for us who find it challenging to travel?
Yeah, absolutely. For Consensus specifically, there was like a virtual networking event that they hosted for people who couldn't attend. The virtual tickets, we gave maybe a couple hundred out away. I don't even know who got them, because just like, hey, use this code or sign up here and then you get it. And even now, like I can go back and message, I know these 16,000 17,000 people that went to the conference, including Charles. If you guys want to send him a message, you can do it. And Consensus sends me an email and so on, right? That would be really fun. Shira, good point. We are partnering with a lot of people. Yeah, great idea. Would you like to partner on that? Okay.
I've only attended I was gonna say, I've only attended one virtual conference really. So having not, that's why I personally would like to hear how to do it effectively, like to go to a virtual conference and network effectively.
Yeah, we do host like after town halls almost every month, at least once or twice. In one of the topics, thank you for giving me this idea to do how to effectively attend conferences virtually. Good point. I will post it to Swarm for the community to watch.
Okay, so I think we have exhausted your time, Sabrina, and thank you very much for
thanks for having me.
Mr. Nzola, please, your question will come. We are left with two last presentations. So at this moment, if you have any question for the previous presenters, kindly hold on to that. Just after the next two presentations, we can go ahead with our questions. Thank you very much. So our next presenter is Bandu Balumi Boaz. Please, are you here with us? Is Bandu here? Bandu Balumi Boaz. Okay, he's not here. So do we also have Tashoma? Is Tashoma here? Okay, so they couldn't make it. So I think we can go ahead and take Mr. Nzola question.
Yes,
my
my question.
Minutes left. Okay, please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Daniel. My questions was mainly to Nenen, and then I was wondering how we could partner with you, with your organization, in the sense that we are more involved on making tools. As everybody knows that we made a tool called Locally, and this tool is helping the people who do not have a connection with the internet, so they can have a library inside the box, and they can access with their devices, cell phone, computer, they can access digital material without paying any internet, because everything is in the box. And the box can contain videos, we can take the video from the internet and then put them into the box, or local contents are made in a country or in a community. They can put it in the box that everybody will access. So I was wondering, all these things that Shapira is doing, can it be as an education idea that we can put in a box, and then so that other people who cannot access internet, they can, or they have slow internet, they can have it and they can access it at any time they want without paying any data. So I was wondering how can we collaborate with my box here locally which can contain all the digital education to help the people who do not have internet.
Yeah, and Zola, I love what you're doing. I think you know, I've heard you describe what you guys are doing and the impact you guys have already. I am a fan. So essentially, if you get a virtual ticket sponsored by us, right, you will get access to all the content, all the recording, all this talk, presentation, A to Z, right? Including the virtual networking. If you could potentially download all of these peak, they host it on YouTube sometimes and others, right? And they upload it to your box for others to watch. How cool would it be if people could just, hey, you know, consensus, new content. And really, this is where people go and share. A lot of the speakers, they share the cutting edge, latest technologies. We had senators out there like US regulation that globally, normally global like states and countries adopt because they look for US for guidance on these things, right? Or Charles talk on Africa, and there's a lot of speakers actually talked about Africa at Consensus and other conferences, right? You can also apply to go to conferences and get a free ticket, right? Unfortunately, we do not cover travel. Otherwise, you know, our goal is to send 500 to 1,000 people there. Otherwise, we would become a travel agency, and that's our goal, right? Right. The last part, once you get funded in Catalyst and you're ready to go to market and mass adopt and do these cool things, we can help you sponsor a booth at a conference that you can go to, set a box and let people see it for themselves how it works, right?
Okay.
And showcase and build partnerships. So those are many different ways that we can partner together, right? Of course, I'll share, you know, I shared the link to the slides as well as to the proposal, and also our link tree that has all our proposals in Fund 9, including challenge setting and our Discord and all of that. Please reach out. I'm there available. I'll also share my personal Telegram as well.
Okay.
Right. And you see me on town halls all the time.
Yes. So I also shared my link awesome. Where I have my project on. I just shared it there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good luck, Enzola.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Danielle.
You're welcome, Mr. Enzola. I've always been passionate about your project, the Internet in the Box, and I hope your proposal will get funded and you will extend this to the rest of Africa. It's a very
and Daniel, I don't catch you, but just to let everybody knows that once I get funded, I will build about 100 of these boxes. So if anyone wants it, they can get it for free. They just ask me. Once I get funded, we'll have 100 boxes for free. So you send me an email, you send me the address, I send you, and if you want any local content or anything that you want to be in this box, you just let me know, and then you send me a video, a course, or anything in a digital form. I will make it customized for you. I will put those extra videos that you want everybody in your community to have access. Then I'll put it in a box, and then you'll have it as a customized. So watch my project, and probably you need to vote me too, so that I can have this free for everybody.
Sure,
Thank
that's
you.
fine. That's fine. So I think we thank you everyone for coming for today's meeting. It has been very interactive, and all the ideas and the project that was shared, all of them are very great one. And I wish all the presenters and their proposers and their team well. Joseph and Manfo, because of time, we will not be able to allow you to continue with your presentation. However, we can make provision for you on our next meeting. Our next meeting is coming on the 5th of August. So please get in touch with us through our Telegram. I'm sharing the link with you. Join the Telegram and get in touch with us. We'll share the link with you so that you can fill your form, the presentation form, so that on the next meeting, you'll be able to join the meeting. Thank you very much. And I'm also sharing the Discord link in the chat. So if you're not on our Discord, please kindly join. I say thank you very much. And over here, Ghana is 7:20 already p.m. And I know
Daniel, sorry, I'm expecting a link on how to vote. You said you're going to send that link earlier.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, I'm not getting in this. You know what we'll do, Obu? Please get in touch with us through our Telegram. I'll get you the link. Okay, I'll get you the link.
All right, cool.
Yes, please. I'll get you the link through our Telegram. So please get in touch with us, and you'll get a guide on how to vote, the procedure, and then the app that you have to download as well. And the procedure and everything, you get it. So so good night. Can we all say good night in our native language? Let's can we all meet ourselves and wish ourselves good night in a various African language and European any language.
Butu Malamu. This is in Congolese language, Lingala, Butu Malamu.
Okay. Over here in Ghana, we have so many languages, and one of the languages that I speak very well is Ghana language. You say Ojeko.
When here in Cameroon, we say in the western part, in Gomala, we say Pezi Popo.
Okay.
But I think there are more than actually just good night. You know, we tend to kind of translate it into good night, but there's a whole like science behind it. And that's what we're trying to do.
That's true. Hey, I can hear Madam Effia's voice. Welcome.
Thank you. Sorry I ran away from you today.